Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel, or welcome for the first time. This is my attempt at branching out because so far I've just been doing Buffy the Vampire Slayer reactions, and I heard that I should probably try and do some other reactions as well. So this is my first attempt. Today we are here to watch Good Omens, and I'm very excited because this show has been on my list for a while already. I asked on my channel what you guys would be interested in seeing, and it took me a while, but I went through each of the comments and I ended up choosing the shows that appeared the most, and this was one of them. And there were many shows that I had to disqualify for a reason or another. Many of them I had already seen, or for example, Firefly is a show that I will be doing in the future, but that I don't want to do right now. I want to save that a little bit more. And Veronica Mars came up so much, but I have plans of doing that once I am back with my best friend in LA. So, I ended up picking 5 shows that appeared a lot and that people seemed interested in, and then this was the one that was chosen. So I'm very excited because I have actually never seen anything about it, whatsoever. I don't remember reading about it, specific details or anything like that. So I don't know what the plot is. I purposely didn't Google it because I feel like it's going to be interesting to go in completely unaware of what's going to happen. So yeah, very excited. Let's do this, and I hope you guys have fun.
This was perfectly correct on every count, except for the bit about the salads.
Okay.
To understand the true significance of what that means, we need to begin earlier, a little more than 6,000 years earlier to be precise, just after the beginning. It starts, as it will end, with a garden.
Oh, is the show kind of biblical?
The Garden of Eden.
Interesting.
And with an apple.
Okay. Also, that intro was so cool. I love the way that they edited that. The style was badass, and I want to be able to edit like that. But okay. That's scary.
And rain hadn't been invented yet. But the storm clouds gathering east of Eden suggested that the first thunderstorm was on its way, and it was going to be a big one.
I love the rain. Why are they making it to be bad? Oh. Huh.
Oh, that looks like a lead balloon.
Which?
Okay. That's interesting. I'm really liking the cinematography. It's all very aesthetically pleasing. And so far it's kind of giving me some Lucifer vibes in the sense of just the devil and the angel and just funny things, humor. Oh, Nick Offerman is in this? Okay. And I guess, interesting. Sorry I got really captivated by this intro. You can tell they have a very big budget because everything looks really interesting. Of course Francis is God. It makes so much sense. I don't know where they're gonna take this story though. Because we've seen so many stories of the beginning of the earth, and I feel like everyone kind of knows that. And so I don't know what the twist is gonna be in their approach to it yet. I don't know how they're gonna be telling the story. But I guess I'm curious already.
Head office don't seem to mind. They love me down there. Guys, times are changing.
So he's gonna be a bad guy who's bad at being bad. That's gonna be interesting.
Once he has been born, we will remove the baby boy from the mother and give her back our master's child. Everything is
Oh.
Tonight,
Evil nuns?
begins.
Are you nuns? Or are you lying?
We do not need to know more than that. We are satanic nuns of the Chattering Order of St. Beryl, and tonight is what our order was created for. Sister Grace, you
They're
are on
satanic
duty
nuns.
reception. Sisters Maria Verbose and Catherine.
I love
Brooks.
this.
Sister Mary Loquacious is about to be handed a golden-haired male baby we will call the Adversary, destroyer of kings, angel of the bottomless
Is it the
pit,
cute baby from the
prince
beginning?
of this world and lord of darkness.
But it's a cute little baby. I hate that he put them in a picnic basket. Feels like they're gonna eat him. They're satanic after all.
And that Sister Mary switched over the babies all by herself. Now, indicate to me the superfluous child, and I shall remove it and let you get on with your tea with his
Oh
Royal Excellency,
god.
the American
That's not
ambassador.
gonna work well.
Extra baby removal.
But that was the right baby, right?
Nice to think that the nuns had the surplus baby discreetly adopted. That he grew to be a happy, normal child, and then grew further to become
Please
a
somebody didn't,
normal,
like,
fully
sacrifice him or
contented
something.
adult. And perhaps that is what happened. He probably wins prizes for his tropical fish.
You really believe that?
Obviously. Heaven will finally triumph over hell.
Will
It's
it
all going to
though?
be rather lovely.
Out of interest, how...
Who? Okay, so he's just like another demon, right? But like, how many are there? I guess is sort of my universe question.
We'd be godfathers, sort of. Overseeing his upbringing.
Oh my god.
We do it right, he
But-
won't be evil. All good, he'll just be normal.
Oh, is this the premise of the show? Like following like the kid?
Well, don't you listen to her. You listen to me.
Oh, this poor kid is gonna like grow up so confused and just conflicted.
Will you sing me a lullaby, Nanny?
Of course.
Oh god, you're gonna wish you hadn't asked that.
Go climb every mountain.
Yikes, they really don't believe in him? I believe in you, bro.
Every stream.
He's never gonna make it if they don't believe in him.
If he comes into his full power, how do we stop him then?
I'm sure it won't come to that.
Oh, but it will. Shit. Okay. Shit. Okay. Shit.
Well, there is a boy now. That could change. Something could happen to him.
Sir?
I'm saying you could kill him.
No, we understand.
I've never actually killed anything. I don't think I could.
Not even to save everything.
I feel like that's gonna be a moral dilemma
One life.
throughout the season where he's gonna end up having to kill someone, isn't he? Oh shit.
As soon as the boy names the hound, Armageddon will begin. Master!
Holy moly, if that dog shows up with all those kids.
Ah, mine. It's late. Comes to putting it up your sleeve.
Oh, does he bring people back from the dead? Was that bird actually dead? Or am I reading into it?
A lovely big hairy hellhound. Yes.
Where the
okay,
fuck
great
is
talking.
it? Where is it? What does that mean?
Wrong boy.
Wrong boy.
The right boy was playing in the woods with his friends. After all, it was his birthday. Hogbackwood
No.
was their Eden, where they could play, unbothered by adults. The children called themselves the Them. Pepper and Brian, Wensleydale, and the birthday boy.
Oh
Their
my god,
leader,
they're gonna
who
flip
founded
out
them
when they see a
and
huge
invented the best
hellhound
games of all.
dog thing. Holy moly, that is wow.
What kind of dog you can have fun with? A little dog.
Oh my god, is he gonna become
What if a dog
smaller?
that's brilliantly intelligent and can go down rabbit holes and I can teach tricks. And I'll call him...
Oh
And
god,
this
no.
is the moment. The name.
No.
This will give it its purpose, its function, its identity.
Don't name it.
This is the
Don't give
moment
it a
that
name.
sets Armageddon into motion. The
Don't.
hellhound growls a low rumbling
It's gonna be a
snarl,
bad Bible
stone
name, like
coiled
an evil name,
menace.
isn't it?
The sort of growl that starts in the back of one throat and ends up deep in someone else's.
I think I'll call him Dog.
Oh. Oh shit.
Saves a lot of trouble in a name like that.
And what? This dog's just gonna turn up?
Maybe.
Oh shit, he doesn't even realize it, but he's causing the end of the world.
Come on.
We're doomed. Well then. Welcome to the end times.
Okay, that was something. I have to say, this pilot has left me again with a lot of questions, which I feel like is normal for a pilot, and that's good. And I don't know if we were supposed to have caught the whole twist of that's not the actual boy. I didn't notice. There was just so much going on. So I guess that really surprised me. So that's gonna be interesting. But I have to say, it went a very different route than I expected. I really like how they're working with time right now. And I think this is probably going to be something that I can expect throughout the whole season, where it just like jumps ahead and goes back into the past maybe. Because I think right now it was chronological. So I guess if they wanted to, they could stop messing with the time. But at the same time, I feel like they won't. I feel like this could be something that's kind of like characteristic of the show, where you kind of jump into the times to show like important key moments kind of thing. So yeah, I thought that was definitely a very interesting stylistic choice. I feel like this show seems to have a very specific like voice, just in the sense of like cinematography, because I feel like it was all so beautiful, and I think I could tell that it has probably a pretty high budget, because it all seems so pretty, and I really like all of like the stylistic choices. It just seemed very interesting. I like the way that they portrayed like heaven and hell kind of thing, you know. I think that the biggest question that this leaves me with, which I'm not sure actually is a great thing, because I'm taking like a pilot class right now where all of us are writing our pilots, and we always talk about the most important thing is that you have to be able to set up the show so that people want to tune in because they want to know what happens. And they did, because I'm curious. I want to see what happens in episode 2, but I feel like they didn't give me a strong enough idea of what the rest of the season is going to look like. And this could just be part of the mystery, you know, but at the same time, I feel like I would have liked to have a more defined idea of what's going to happen. Though, I'm pretty sure it's going to be about the kid, but I guess I would have liked to see them maybe possibly get like in contact with the kid for the first time. I feel like that would set it up a little bit more, but it's cool because that means that I just get more excited for episode 2. I can't believe the kid named the thingy. Why would you do that? Like, he didn't do it on purpose though. Shouldn't there be like technically a, you know, because he didn't mean to name it, so maybe it doesn't count. Because I don't think that's fair. And also, I didn't know the dog could like transform himself into a little cute puppy. That's also unfair. So what I'm trying to say is, very unfair that the end of the world is coming because of all these little thingies that, you know, shouldn't have happened. But they also set up very differently the relationship in between the devil and the angel. Because I mean, I guess you sort of imagine that they were going to be like enemies, but at the same time they would become sort of friends. But they did that a lot sooner than I would have expected. I thought this entire episode was just going to be them fighting a lot and a lot of conflict and a lot of them not being able to agree to absolutely anything. So I was intrigued when he proposed that they should like take care of the child and like raise the child, you know, be godfathers together. Because I was like, oh wow, they're really taking a huge step in their relationship. And they didn't, of course they disagreed because they see life completely differently. But it was interesting that they didn't really yell at each other so much as I expected. I feel like they were more doctrinating the kid in the way that they wanted to, but they weren't like actively telling the other one, you have to stop doing this to the kid kind of thing. So I guess that was interesting. And in a way, even though they were doing it to the wrong kid, but you know, just because the real kid didn't have contact with either one of them, I feel like that's a good thing, because in a way it does make him like normal and neutral, because I feel like he just becomes like any other person with the potential to be good or bad, and that's kind of just up to him as he grows and evolves into a human being and goes through like teenage years and stuff like that. So that was interesting, and I also didn't expect them to set up friends, but I guess if they did set up friends, that means that something is going to happen in between those kids. Like, I feel like we're probably going to see them quite a bit. I feel like maybe. And it's interesting, like, the dramatic irony of us knowing that he is, like, the Antichrist, but he doesn't know it. So, that's gonna be interesting. Like, I don't know how he's gonna find out, if he's gonna find out, if he's gonna tell his friends. How are all these relationships and how's the truth going to unfold? I also really hope we haven't seen the end of the satanic nuns, because I think they were my favorite part of the episode. The whole concept of satanic nuns is literally the funniest thing I have ever heard about. So I kind of wish the show was about them in a way. I just think they're so intriguing, and it was just really funny. Character-wise, I feel like they're doing interesting developments of characters, because especially with them developing the wrong kid, it's interesting because I feel like we don't know who the main character is. And I mean, I guess maybe he's not the main character. I feel like the devil and the angel are more of the main characters, but we have just been presented to one of the main characters and we have no idea who he is. We don't know, even though he seems nice right now, we don't exactly know what he is like inside. So I feel like we're still gonna get to know the characters a lot. I feel like the angel and the devil were a lot more like flexible and calm than I imagined, which I guess is different from what I expect from when I see devil and angel and TV and all those kind of things. I think this feels like a more plot-centric show than character-centric show. Like, I think this is going to be focusing a lot on the world. You know, just like the world building, which we're still trying to get. This is always interesting when they pick to like create things in sort of like an alternative world kind of thing, because we don't know the rules of the world yet. We kind of discovered a little bit about, for example, their powers and those kind of things, but we're still being taught things about the world every episode. And that to me is always intriguing because I feel like it gives you more of like a flexibility of never knowing what's going to happen and what they can or can't do yet. So, you know, I think they did a pretty good job for a pilot. There was not a lot of like exposition. Usually in pilots, you get kind of pissed off because sometimes they're being very clear about telling you the stuff that you need to know in a way that sometimes is like, okay, but you could have done that a little bit more delicately. So I think this is where the time lapses and just the change in time really came in handy, because we didn't need to hear them talk about the Antichrist and all those things. We just saw it. So it made a lot of sense. So yeah, I guess, I mean, I've been given a lot of different questions to think about as I watch the next episodes, I suppose. So it sounds exciting. And, you know, just thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna see you in episode 2, which is most likely going to be coming out in a week. So yeah, thanks guys.